believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone can become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God.
Thank you, Jim.
Well, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing? Yeah, thank you for sharing your evening with us. Such a beautiful day. We're going to sing our opening song. We welcome you. There are lyrics in your program. We can greet the people as they're coming in still. Come on in. We welcome you. Come on in. We welcome you. Let go, be free. Come on in and take a seat. We're glad you're here. We're spreading love and joy and cheer. Come on in.
Come on in.
We welcome you. Come on in. We welcome you. Let go, be free. Come on in and take a seat. We're glad you're here. We're spreading love and joy and cheer. Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We welcome you.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We welcome you. Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in. We welcome you.
Come on in.
Thank you.
So take a nice deep breath with me. Sink into your chair a little bit deeper as we set the tone for this revealing experience with our song, Reveal. Reveal, reveal the love inside of me. Reveal the love I was meant to be. Every time I open up, love is what I see. Reveal the love in me. Let's reveal the peace. Reveal, reveal the peace inside of me. Reveal the peace that I was meant to be. Every time I open up, peace is what I see. Reveal the peace in me. And let's reveal the joy. Reveal, reveal the joy inside of me. Reveal the joy that I was meant to be. Every time I open up, joy is what I see. Reveal the joy in me. Reveal, reveal the love inside of me. Reveal the love I was meant to be. Every time I open up, love is what I see. Reveal the love in me. Reveal, reveal the peace inside of me. Reveal was meant to be. Every time I open up, peace is what I see. Reveal the peace in me. Reveal, reveal the joy inside of me. Reveal the joy I was meant to be. Every time I open up, joy is what I see. Reveal the joy in me.
Thank you, Aria and Jim. Thank you very much. Welcome to Seaside, Wednesday night service. My name is David Yankaskis, and I'm a practitioner here. Just about a year now. So anyway, so I invite you to sit back and close your eyes. Go to that quiet place within, that place of love, that place where God is the ever-present substance in which we live, we move, and we have being. God is the good itself in which we live, we love, we have harmony, peace, joy, and abundance. God is good. God is the love that abounds within each and every one of us. I am one with that wholeness. I am one with the law of that wholeness. I am one with the spirit of that wholeness. I know this truth for myself, and I know this truth for each and every one here. All are here in divine right action, right thinking. The love shines. Your light is my light. My light is your light. Our light is God's light. The allness of all. The wholeness. The one spirit. The one mind. It is good. I am grateful for knowing that this perfect evening that we're all sharing this love that abounds, that I call God, the one mind. I am grateful that I stand here and hold this light and share it, knowing that we are all one, that the God essence within each and every one of us, made the smallest atom to the cosmos itself. That is the power that is within. Infinite and eternal. Always, always there. So in deep gratitude, I give thanks, knowing that all is well, and so it is. Thank you. So today, my reading is from a book by Sam Leake, and it was a book I discovered a few years ago in a little bookstore in Carlsbad. And just to give you a little history of who this guy was, he lived in the turn of the 19th century, the 1900s, was an extremely powerful man, was a lobbyist, was the editor of a very powerful newspaper. People feared him. Whenever he wanted something, he would push his weight around. He had all the money that he could ever want, was a very rich man. And somewhere along the line, he fell to alcoholism and pretty much came close to dying from it. And one day, he had a revelation and a cure. And the God within him woke him up. And from that point forward, he began to give back. He never asked for money. He never asked. He was always giving back. And he sought the people that were in the most desperate times. And so he wrote a series of letters. People would write to him and ask for prayer. And he wrote a series of these letters, and they were eventually published into 4 volumes. So this one is from volume 1. So I'll begin with a little quote that I read in one of the previous letters, but I loved it. I thought it was perfect for tonight. It says, "Prayer is not a means by which to change the law in your behalf, but rather a means by which to adjust yourself to the law." Starts out, "My dear friend, always keep an open heart to God. This cannot be done without the inner harmony. The best way to establish that harmony is to find unity with all lives. God, the infinite one life, embraces all. If you harbor a single discordant thought or ill feeling toward anyone, that thought or ill feeling becomes an impediment which prevents your feeling the living presence of God, who fills your entire being in all spaces at all times. When you pray or meditate, you should turn your mind to all creatures and bless them with salutation and love. If there is any obstruction of inharmony in your consciousness, it will at once be removed. When you pray for anything, you should continue until you feel mental upliftment and peace. Do not be anxious for the answer. It is sure to come in the right time. God wants you to have all that will enrich your life and give you a larger consciousness of your powers and possibilities. Everything that brightens your life, that maintains the order of your mind, is forever awaiting your conscious recognition. Faith will uphold your mind to the level of the thing you desire, and soon, by the law of attraction, you will receive it. Only you should know that all that you possess or will ever possess belongs to God. Even you yourself belong to Him. Maintain the inner peace by faith, and all will be well. The life that sustains you has also made provision for your every need. If you wish to realize the truth about yourself, judge yourself by the same standards as you would judge another. But to keep your faith in God and humanity, you should refrain from judging another. Jesus said, "With what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with that measure you met, it shall be measured to you again. Even if you are pure and holy, you are not to judge your fellow men. You should uphold others in your light of purity and wholeness. Where silence saves sorrow and suffering, you should remain silent. Give me grace to remain silent when I ought not speak. It is far better to suffer condemnation than to betray a trust which has been imposed in you. For your own good, you should avoid the association of those who betray the trust of their friends. Faith without works is dead. If you apply faith to the little things in your daily life, you will become a living center of power to do good among your fellow men. Your optimism and good cheer will be founded on living experience, and therefore they will be forceful and effective. Before leaving your bed every morning, establish harmony and peace with everybody and everything. When you establish your daily mental condition in peace and harmony with the whole world, you follow God's way. By following God's way, you draw things and conditions which are yours to draw because they are intended for you by the providential law of the universe, that you may realize the kingdom of God right here and now by following His way is my prayer." Thank you. So, again, let's thank Aria and Jim for their music. I think it was very nice. Please. And welcome to the Revealing Experience with Reverend Sunshine. April's theme is The Inner Fulfillment is at Hand, and the book that she's reading from or working from is the 40-Day Mind, Fast, Soul, and Feast by Dr. Michael Beckwith. I wish to thank all the people here today that helped put this all together, and I want to introduce you to Reverend Sunshine. Give her a hand.
Thanks, Manny. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you, David, for that reading, and thank you for that beautiful prayer. Welcome to the Revealing Experience, everyone. It is indeed my joy to welcome you tonight. And tonight's talk topic is Inside Job. Have I talked about this before? I always talk about it. I always talk about how it's an inside job and how we get to do and how we get to live and develop this relationship with a God of our own understanding. That we get to talk to God, that we get to commune in spirit, tabernacle in spirit, and we have the opportunity to build a relationship with the invisible, and that this power and presence is so available to us, so rich, so deep, that it is us. And yet, we forget. We are indeed reading the 40-Day Mind, Fast, Soul, Feast. And it's a daily practice for 40 days. And when I was reading the section in It's an Inside Job, Dr. Michael Beckwith speaks about how sweet it is. And he talks about it like Hafiz talks about it. Hafiz is a brilliant writer and poet who talks about, like Michael Beckwith, talks about communing and being with spirit almost like it's a love. Now, when I was sitting there, I was getting thirsty. And I thought to myself, I need some water. When I get up there, I'm going to get some water. And I liken that thirst. How many of you have ever been that thirsty before? Where you think, oh, the next place I go, I'm going to get some water. I'm just going to drink. Bottle of water. Go ahead and drink, right? And if you don't have water, but you know what it's like, that is how we get to love spirit, yearn for spirit, commune with spirit, like being thirsty. Oh, I'm thirsty. My mouth is dry. It's kind of like if I'm not communing in spirit, if I'm not having this relationship with God, if I'm not simply remembering the truth of my being and simply remember the truth of everybody else's being, it's like being thirsty. It's like, ooh, there's something missing. There's something that I need, that I want, that I desire, that I long for. And then when I have it, to have that sense of satisfaction, that sense of pleasure, that sense of, yes, everything is all right in the world now. I've had a drink of water. Everything is all right in the world now. I've had a moment to commune or to remember or to bring my mindset back to the truth of who I am. And the thing is that society kind of has it set up, and I don't really know who society is, right? But the world of effects, the outer world, would have it so set up that we are distracted from the truth of who we are. It will have us thinking and believing that God is outside of us, or that next pill, that next thrill, that next car, that next house, that next person is the answer to all of our living problems. And the funny thing is that sometimes we buy into it. Girl, have you tried the new fad? Have you tried this? It is the bee's knees. It just makes me look so slim and slender, and ooh, You know, we go on and on and on about how this product or how this thing outside of us really makes us the bomb. And yet, what really makes us the bomb is what's on the inside. It's really the truth of who we are. It's really that recognition and that ability to connect to our consciousness and to the content of our consciousness that continues to remind us of our truth, that right where we are, God is. That God is expressing itself beautifully and magnificently as each and every one of us. Every shape, every size, every national origin, every age, every hair color, glasses, no glasses, teeth, no teeth, canine, tree, plant. God is expressing as all of it. And yet we think that it has to be a particular way that we need to look, or a particular way that we need to dress, or that we need to drive a particular car, or be doing something in particular in order to be it. And what we get to remember when we come to spiritual community is that right where we are, it is perfect. On our journey, whether we think we have arrived or not, whether we think that we are living science of mind principles perfectly or not, whether we have been coming here for 20 years or 20 minutes, it is perfect. You are perfect. There's nothing that needs to be added on to you to fulfill your perfection. It's already done. It is. The color of your hair, the width of your nose, the texture of your hair, the width of your thighs, the size of your hips, whether you walk with a limp or whether you can stroll down Main Street, it doesn't matter. Right where you are, God is, and God is expressing perfectly and magnificently as you. What we get to do is catch up with that idea. We get to catch up with that idea. Because to the degree that we know that our life is the life of God, it is to that degree that we really get to experience the fullness of life. That we really get to have deep and meaningful relationships. That we really get to cultivate and live from a place of love, of joy, of peace, of happiness. A place of abundance, a place of harmony, and a place of power. Being rooted in this truth. We get to live from a place of power. Now, that power is not a power like the guy David was reading about, where people fear you, but that place of power of, I know that that which I speak is already being made manifest. And the inside job is that we get to stop looking on the outside of us for these answers and begin to develop a manner of living that takes us on the inside. You know, Emma Curtis Hopkins is wonderful because her writings are so steeped in truth. I think we might do some Emma Curtis Hopkins next month. Yeah? Yeah. All right, then. You got it. You got it. Emma says, what is the good that you want? What is the good that you want? Speak it. Declare it. What is it? So that it might be made manifest. In order for me to know what it is that I want, I got to shut up and go within. Quiet. Go within. What is it that I really want? What are the experiences that I want to have in this particular phase of my life? What is it that I want to be known as? What is it that I want to share? And for me to know what that is means that I've spent some time in the quiet, that I have pretty much closed the shades to the outside world and have gone within. And when we do that, the practice of simply doing that symbolizes I'm ready to know my truth, whether it's what I want, whether I'm ready to know that God is living in, through, and as me, whether it's that I'm ready to begin to clear away all of the debris, all of the trash, all of the dirt that I've collected on the outskirts, all of the messages that I've gotten out there that say that I'm no good, that I'm never going to amount to anything, all of the messages that, continue to tell you, you can't, you got to work your way to the top, you're not good enough yet, you're not pretty enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you're too young, you're too old. When we close the curtains, we get to go within, and we get to begin to just bring those things out and go, oh yeah, that's not the truth, that's not the truth, that's not the truth. Let me get rid of that, because that's not the truth of who I am. See, there's nobody, we have practitioners, and certainly they are available to us all the time. And they model for us, and they teach us exactly what it is that we're here to do. But I can guarantee you that we don't have what we call, or what I call, a spiritual housekeeper who's going to come within you and clear away the debris. No. You get to do that. I don't care how much money you pay. There is no one qualified outside of you to be your spiritual housekeeper, to dust away the cobwebs of your mind, to clear away that debris that's just been stacking up. As I think about it and I look around out there, I think I see some hoarders. Y'all have just been letting that stuff pile up and pile up and pile up and piling up. It's okay here. It's okay. It's time for intervention. You can let go of that stuff. It no longer serves you. It is not the truth of who you are. We can begin to release that baggage, that old stuff that continues to keep us bound into the misperception that somehow God is out there and we are here. We can begin to release and let go of the baggage and the stuff that has accumulated that continues to anchor us in this place of, oh, but I can't. The minute you let go of that, you can step into, but yes, I can, because right where I am, God is. And God and I are one. God and I is the majority. That's where the power and presence is. Stepping into that truth about who we are. It's not about being conceited, or look what I've got, or look at all the toys that I've accumulated. It's not about any of that. As much as it's about recognizing who we are. Communing in spirit, feeling thirsty for prayer and meditation, feeling thirsty for a visioning practice, feeling thirsty to simply commune in sacred service as we are of service to others, feeling thirsty and hungry to know that life that God is, we are. To sit at the table and to simply take it in. To be so full full of that knowledge, full of that knowing, full of that feeling and that sense that, yes, God is right here. Ernest Holmes talks a little bit about that. It's lovely what he says here in the Science of Mind book, page 233. He says if one would take time, once a day at least, to let go of all that is not true and lay hold of reality, let go of doubt, distrust, worry, condemnation, and fear, and lay hold of life in its expression of beauty, truth, and wholeness, his mental congestion would be healed. Keep the mind and body open to the reception of truth. Hold steadfast to the thought that all of life is in a state of eternal flow. Relax your thought and allow the free flow of life essence in and through you. When I pulled out that reading for today, it was hilarious because I said, wow, that's good. What is this under? Prayers on constipation. I'll let that sink in for a little bit. So if you're full of it, let it go. If you're backed up with that stuff that just keeps you clogged and keeps you not moving, take time at least once a day. Let go, release. Even sing the song, I release and I let go. Release that stuff that no longer serves you. Hold on to the truth that everything has an eternal flow, that life has an eternal flow, that life energy is eternal. But what's most interesting is that it gets to happen every day, that it gets to happen several times a day, that we get thirsty so often that we want to quench that thirst over and over again for spirit. So try this week. Some of you have great meditation practices, great prayer practices. Even in the reading this evening, David read that part where it says, in the morning, before you get out of bed, be in harmony with all of life, as God would have it. God is harmony. So in the morning, before you say, good God, it's morning. Oh, it's morning. It's morning, good God, it's morning. How good that it's morning. Good morning, God. I'm in harmony with all things. Everything today is working in divine order. My life is that life that God is. Then get up out of bed or meditate if you have your practice. And then find any little moment, whether you're walking from one part of the house to the other part of the house, and use that few steps to just simply begin to get rid of what you don't want, to just be in this mental practice of clearing out the content of your consciousness and simply replacing it with that which is the truth. Out with whatever is no good. That stuff probably has an expiration date, all those old thoughts and ideas that no longer serve you. They probably do. And replace it. Replace it with the truth of who you are. Begin if you're walking out to your car, your vehicle. Use that moment right there just to remind yourself. If you find yourself walking anywhere, from here to the line, from here out to your car, begin to use those walking moments and those waking moments to quench your thirst, or to develop the thirst, or to develop a practice that is for your good. I'm not telling you something that, is not going to be any good for you. I mean, the bottom line is, no matter how great our spiritual practice is, there's always an opportunity for us to know our life as the life of God even more than we did before. Oh my goodness. If I take the time every day as I'm walking someplace, from one place to another, to simply use that walking time as a time where I'm using my steps to remind me of my truth. Wow. How amazing is that? And how anchored would we be in our truth if that was our practice? It's an inside job. There's no spiritual housekeeper that's going to help clear away and make it all pristine for you. We get to do that. We get to do that if we want the benefits that come from it. And the benefits that come from it are richer living, more peaceful living, harmonious life, joy beyond what we currently know it to be. People will keep asking us, are you on a diet? What did you do? You got a new love in your life? What's going on? Did you hit the lotto? I know Powerball's out now. Did you hit the Powerball? What's up? People will begin to ask you what you're doing differently because they will notice the change by simply paying attention and by simply making it an inside job. So we're going to do some little inside job work right now. We're going to simply allow ourselves to get quiet for a minute. And so the lights are going to dim a little bit, girls, okay? We got some young people in the back, so the lights are going to come down just a little bit, okay? And everybody's going to be just fine where we are. But let's take that into our awareness and into our consciousness. Simply, we know what's in our consciousness, the content there. We know what we don't want there anymore. You know, that stuff that we might have heard when we were a kid, or that stuff that people who are being mean were telling us. We want to just simply clear that away. See yourself clearing away that wreckage and embracing the truth of who you are, that right where you are, God is. That the joy and the peace and the power and the harmony and the love and the wisdom that God is, we are. So as you clean house, we allow everything to be all shiny, shiny and bright. We allow the love that is God to shine in, through, and as us, just for a few minutes. So now that we've dusted the shells in our mind, we can really see the love and the joy and the peace that God is the same love, joy, and peace that we are. We can simply anchor in that truth. That we are the life that God is. The beauty, the joy, the peace, the abundance, the harmony. And that it is expressing beautifully as each and every one of us. That the way we show up in the world is the way God is showing up as us. In a powerful, magnificent way. And so as we continue this practice over and over and over again, we continue to see our truth. We continue to anchor in this truth. And then we live from this truth. And we experience the divine beauty and all the riches life has to offer. So we remain thirsty. And we continue to look inside so that we can clear away anything that is less than our truth. And for this, we give thanks. And we allow it to be. It is so, and so it is. Amen. Y'all went deep fast. I love the energy here. How wonderful it is just to take a few minutes just to pause and just to be in spiritual practice together, to commune in spirit together, to know our truth together, to grow together, to throw out the trash together. We get to walk this path together, and that's the beauty of it all. We get to walk this path as a community. So it is now our conscious giving time where we simply take out our gifts and our offerings, our tithes, our financial blessings, whatever it is that we want to call it. We simply bring it forth. We invite the ushers to come forward at this time. And we simply become grateful. Grateful for all in our life. Grateful for all the many ways that the divine love shows up. And it's from that place of gratitude that we simply bestow a blessing upon the gifts that we're giving to this spiritual community, knowing that they multiply and that they're used for the furtherance of our work, which is a world that works for everyone. Our goal is to awaken humanity to its divine joy, to its divine pleasure, to its divine good, to its divine essence. And that is the greater purpose of centers like this. So thank you in advance for all that you give to move this forward. I know that not only has it been a blessing onto your life, but now it can be a blessing onto so many others. And so if you're also at home doing live stream, thank you for your gifts and tithes and the blessings that you send forth into this spiritual community. And so we simply bless these gifts, these tithes, these offerings. We know that we use them for good, that we might awaken humanity with this truth that right where they are, God is. It is so. Go forth and multiply this consciousness. And as we give, we get to receive, because that's just the nature of life, the giving and the receiving. And so please open your hearts and receive the beautiful music from Aria and Jim. Thank you.
Thank you. Just before the dawn, when the light's still gone, shine your way. And you may not know where to go, shine your way. Open road, but it's still dark. Build a fire from a spark and shine your way. Feed the feeling in your heart. Don't conceal it, then you'll start to find your way. No one can stop what has begun. You must believe when I say all of your tears will dry faster in the sun. Starting today, shine, 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 shine your way. There's an open sky and a reason why you shine your way. There's so much to learn, and now it's your turn to shine your way. There's a feeling deep inside, you can let it be your guide and shine your way. There's no time for us to waste, got to take a leap of faith and fly away. Don't have to walk, now you can run. Nothing can get in your way. All of your tears will dry faster in the sun. Starting today, shine, 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 shine your way. Morning is breaking, darkness is fading. We found a way to the light. It's such a beautiful sight. Anytime, anywhere, turn around and I'll be there to shine your way. Like a star burning bright, lighting up the darkest night, I'll shine your way. Now I can see you are the one sent here to show me the way. All of your tears will dry faster in the sun. Starting today, shine, 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 we're on our way. Shine, 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 that's what we say. Shine, 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 shine your way. Shine. All of your tears will dry faster in the sun. Starting today, shine, 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 shine your way. Shine your way. Shine your way. Shine your way. That's from the animated film The Croods. If you haven't seen it and you like animated films, it's wonderful.
Thank you, Aria. Thank you, Jim. What a
Thanks, Jim.
great, great song. I loved it. Now it makes me want to go see the movie, right? All right, this is our time where we know that we each are revealers of truth. So, as revealers of truth, I'm not the only revealer of truth. We all are revealers of truth. And so we have an opportunity to just simply step into community to hear truth being revealed in, through, and as you. So if you want to share about some of the trash you dumped and what you replaced it with, or if you want to share about a success that you've had from this week, from last week to this week, or simply just share anything with the spiritual community. Yes, please. One little thing. I love one little thing.
An hour later. Hi, I'm Kathy Crawford, And David, when you said my life is your life, it just, I don't know if you've heard this, you know, mi casa es su casa, but I heard mi vida es su vida. So gracias.
Yes, my life is your life. Your life is my life. Our life is God's life. Yeah, that was beautiful. Somebody over here. I feel it. Okay, it's over there. I'm not saying I was wrong. Just saying. Hello, beloved.
I had a
Stand up so we can
okay.
see you and love you and just shine your light on,
Thank
shine
you
your
very
way.
much. I crossed a fun little spot, you know, internally where the rest of the cells of my body went to a place. And that is, over the past year, I have started a business, and we have our product prototypes, and they were just really well received. And of course, this is at the point that the money's getting like really thin, and we're thinking like, oh my goodness, how are we ever going to, you know, build these things? And we're getting our investment and all that sort of stuff. And what was fun is that it has been well received. So tonight, when we were letting go, you realize that the only threat, you feel a little bit afraid for your business. The only thing that you're afraid of, the only thing left to do was throw money at it. It's just that if somebody had more money to get it going, that they get, so it's a throw money at it, throw money at it. So that's kind of that was a fun thing to cross. We're just gaining investment, just throw money at it, we're good. You know?
Exactly. The ahas that we get are amazing, and we can't just let them go. We get to, we get to be with them because they hold insights for each of us. All right, we have time. Even if you're new here. All right. Hi, welcome. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Go ahead and just speak into the mic so we can hear
I'm
you.
Katie. Hi.
Hi, Katie.
I was in the meditation and through what you spoke about, getting rid of like old garbage. I'm also launching a business. This woman was talking about, and I have a lot of fear about like putting myself out there and reconnecting with people from my past, but who are like really solid connections, and I've been afraid to like connect them and say, hey, I'm doing this. But tonight I realized that it's just a fear stopping me, and that, it was really helpful to hear you say, God is with you and around you all the time, so it's okay.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is definitely one thing we want to get rid of in our house, is fear. F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real, forget everything and run. No, not that one. Right? We want to get rid of the fear because fear stops us from knowing our truth. I was reading his book, and it says that fear should be classified with stealing because it robs us of the truth of who we are. Jenny, did you have your hand up? Yeah, I got you right now, right here, because everybody give some love to Jenny. Jenny's been just a pillar of support. Thank you.
Thank you. Mine's not so much a question as an invitation.
Yes.
I know that it's your birthday on Saturday.
Uh-oh.
And we would like to share a birthday cake with you in the family room with all our guests here tonight. And I just wanted to announce that. So
Well,
make sure
thank
everybody
you.
comes to the family room.
We're going to have a birthday party, girls.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Thank you. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that, and thank you. Yeah, it's on Saturday. It's a big one.
29 again?
21. not. All right. One last one. Anybody? Yes. Hello.
I'm new here. I'm a new member, or not yet a member. I went to the introduction.
Welcome.
But anyways, hi.
Hi.
I think one of my aha moments this week, and coming here. Thank you for your
pleasure.
service. Thank you for being here. I think the biggest thing is letting the fear of being successful and stepping into my power, because I own a business, but I've been kind of small in my business, like, you know, not letting myself be really ultra successful in that realm in the business world. So, you know, I am letting that go and ready to let myself thrive.
Yep.
And I just want to share with everybody that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Putting it real and reality, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. You know, there is no separation. Let me just say that, because I hear the theme over and over again, especially here. I hear the theme about our business and this and my business and, you know, pockets of that. How we do our life is how we do our business. And there's nothing that separates my business from my life. I know that Jay-Z, he said, I am a businessman. I am a businessman. My life is my business, period. I mean, there's nothing that separates it. It's like the fingers on the hand. It's who we are. And so as I know the truth about myself, and as I anchor this truth that God is right where I am, and that my life is abundant, and that I am successful and prosperous, and that I bring joy, and that I am joy and harmony and peace and all of that, that reflects and attracts. So when I think that my business or when something outside of me is separate than me, then that means I have to work twice. I got to do this, and then I got to do that. And then I got to come back and do my own work, and then I got to go to do my business work. Whereas if my life is that life that God is, and God is shining itself in, through, and as me, then we know that as I do my inside work, it just attracts and shines forth, and it shows up in everything that we do. So, thank you, Aria, for that beautiful song. Jim, thanks for the music. We have our practitioners in the back that have been holding vigil for us. That's Sandy and Denise back there, who have just simply been holding the light. And thank you to David, who was our practitioner on the pulpit. If you'd like prayer, right here in the chapel on this side door is where you can receive prayer. If you're going to leave out of that way, just do so silently. But the invitation for real is to have some birthday cake with me. That would be like totally awesome. And to head out this way. Want to thank our audio crew and our visual crew and our logistics crew. Thank you so much for how you serve and how you show up in the world. How we show up in the world is so important. And it's all dependent upon the inside job that we do. Stay thirsty this week. Stay thirsty. Let us rise and do our closing song together. It's a prayer. It's in your bulletin.
This is our prayer, our song of peace. We get to be the change we want to see. With open hearts and open hands, we lift our voices, in love we stand. This is our prayer, our song of peace. We get to be the change we want to see. With open hearts and open hands, we lift our voices,
This is our prayer, a song of peace. We get to be the change we want to see. With open hearts and open hands, we lift our voices. In love we stand. We lift our voices. In love we stand. We lift our voices. In love we stand.
Let's commune in the family room.
Say it's your birthday, my birthday too, yeah. You say it's your birthday, you're gonna have a good time. A sunshiny birthday, happy birthday to you. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you.